My name is Matt Spruill. I am the author of Summer Thunder, a battlefield guide to the artillery at Gettysburg. My book takes you through the 3 days of fighting from the perspective of the artillery by using 35 stops that will place you on the actual ground where that fighting took place. I am standing east of the Virginia Monument on Seminary Ridge. Directly behind me you can see the Union positions on Cemetery Ridge. 1,100 yards from this location is the copse of trees. That was the center of the objective for Lee's attack on July the 3rd. The Union position went from the copse of trees on Cemetery Ridge to my right to Cemetery Hill, then on to Culp's Hill, which you cannot see from this location. It also went south, which is to my left, by the Pennsylvania Monument and on to Little and Big Round Top. Lee's final plan for July the 3rd was to attack the Union center. He would do this with Pickett's division, which formed in this low ground, and with 6 brigades from A.P. Hill's corps, which formed along Seminary Ridge on the other side of those trees. I am standing between the Virginia Monument and the North Carolina Monument. This is the center of A.P. Hill's corps. I am in the right portion of A.P. Hill's artillery. His artillery extended from the Virginia Monument, on my left, along the Seminary Ridge to the Hagerstown Road. Within this area are 80 guns. The target for this artillery is the copse of trees directly behind me, to my right, to Cemetery Hill. I am now standing along the Emmitsburg Road. The Union position is to my rear on Cemetery Ridge. Because the guns and the markers for Longstreet's artillery are along West Confederate Avenue, many assume that this was the gun line on July the 3rd. This is not correct. Longstreet's artillery position began just to my right and ran along the Emmitsburg Road all the way to the Peach Orchard. Within this area were 65 guns. Their target area was from the copse of trees on Cemetery Ridge all the way to the Pennsylvania Monument, the monument with the dome on top. The artillery bombardment began about 1 p.m. The signal to open fire was 2 evenly spaced shots from Miller's battery. What commenced then was the largest use of artillery ever seen on the North American continent, and some would argue the beginning of the high water mark of the Confederacy in the east. First, looking at Cemetery Ridge, you can see that there was a small vertical target area where the Union artillery was located. Secondly, Confederate fusing was inadequate and shells would not explode in the air where they would. Many went over the ridge and did damage behind the Union defensive line. Some even hit Meade's headquarters. The amount of smoke produced by the artillery made it hard for the Confederate gunners to see if they were hitting targets. And lastly, the chief of the Union artillery ordered his guns to stop firing in order to save ammunition for the infantry attack. This gave the Confederate gunners the impression they were knocking out Union artillery. In order to learn more detail about the artillery at Gettysburg, you can order my book, Summer Thunder, at utpress.org.